So today's session that is related to managing SElinux security. So in this we will discuss all about things about the SElinux. SE means security, E means enhance Linux. So in Linux, this is the inbuilt security that provide lot of things. It can be applied on any file, folder, port, process. So we use the SElinux to secure our system. So how it works and what is the process of this? So that will be discussed in this whole session. So SElinux provide critical security purpose in Linux, permitting and denying accessing to files. So this can also be applied on files, folders, and other resources, just like your process, your ports, that are significantly more precise than user permission. Just we have applied the user permission by using the chmod, but this is not just like a user permission. This is the upper level beyond the user permission. So it consists set of policies. Just like in Windows, we have the permission, just like local security policies, administrative policies, password policies, same thing, that is just SElinux. So these are the set of policies, rules and regulations that can be defined by the application developer. When any developer design any operating system, design any application, so he defines some rules, some policies to protect that particular application, that declare exactly what action and accesses are proper and allowed for each binary executable. It means which particular file you can use and which particular file you cannot use, which user have which type of permissions, which configuration file you can edit, you can change, and what type of data you can access by that particular application. So that is defined by all of these things by the developer. So that is called targeted policy. So this is SElinux, just a target policy. So we define this on a specific application. If any one application is compromised, but that is not thing, the another one application is also compromised. So policies declare predefined labels. So in SElinux, we define the labels. Label means we define some names that is also predefined, placed on individual program. It can be applied on files, ports, processes. So SElinux just a predefined rules that rule is known as labels. So in SElinux language, these are called the context. So these are also known as just like a context. So that can be applied on any program, on any file, or ports also. Because in a network, we access the services by using the ports. If we want to use any service just like Apache that work on 80 port, 443 port, I am accessing a service like SSH that is also have the ports. So that is defined by the SElinux also applied on any port, file, program, and it can be also the directory. So this is the concept about the SElinux. And why use SElinux? To apply the additional label of security. It has 3 modes. In SElinux, there are 3 modes. The first one is enforcing mode, that is called enforcing. The second one is permissive. So these are the modes. The first one is enforcing, second one is permissive, and the third one is disable. So these 3 SElinux policy, these are the modes that can be applied. If we apply this particular mode, this policy will work. It means SElinux will work. If we use this particular mode, then these all concept will work. It means in this, it will show the errors just for the warning, but it not prevent. If we want to prevent by using the SElinux, we can use enforcing. By default, all the Linux operating system have this particular SElinux mode by default. If we want to use any service in a network and we don't know how to apply the SElinux, then we can use permissive mode. If we do not use SElinux in my network, so we can disable this by using the disable mode. So this is about the SElinux mode. So there are 3 modes that can be applied. In exam, this mode is applied, and you should have to enable your SElinux in an enforcing mode. All the exam will conduct in enforcing mode. So you should have to know about what is SElinux. And these are other concepts. But before this, I will show 1 and 2 examples. Then I will discuss these all things. Every particular line has a specific meaning, and you should have to know about all of these things. So this whole concept you should to be know. Then I will do some practicals. So these theoretical portions was also important for you. See. So these are the predefined labels. So what is SElinux? SE stands for Security Enhanced, and just Linux. So it's called Security Enhanced Linux. It's a combination of the policies. It's a group of policies that can be applied by default in my OS. And I want to check my mode. Then we have one command that is called SE status. SE status, this one. So by default, this is the SElinux mode. That is my current mode that is applied in my machine, on my machine. And this is the configuration that have to be applied by default in any OS. So that is also enforcing. This is also enforcing. If we want to change this particular thing, then we can use this. So how to change? I will show this in later. And we have also another one command that is get enforce. So this is also a command. And what is the mode at this time we have? We want to know the detailed information about the SElinux status, SElinux mode status. So that is this. And we can also change this. Then we can also change C. Then I will show about the SElinux security. Suppose if you create a file and folder, anything, just this is my folder dir1, and we create a file that is file1. And I want to check there is any SElinux policy applied on these particular files or folder. Then if we want to check the SElinux policy on any particular process, port, file, folder, any types of data, then you can use L, then Z in a capital, Z in a capital letter. And I want to check the SElinux label on this particular folder. And see, this is a folder, so we should use D also. And see, this is the permission. So the permission is this. This is the that is called link ID. This is the user owner, and this is group owner. This is the thing that is related to the SElinux. So these 4 concepts, the first one is user, the second one is role, the third one is targeted. So by default, this mode is used in Linux machine because this mode is by default enabled. So this is called SElinux context, SElinux label that is by default applied on any file, process, port when that was created. But this is called sensitivity. If you want to check this in my file, that is file 01, that is also same, because every location, if we create any file in different location have its own SElinux context, its own SElinux label. So that is called just label or SElinux context. So these two things you should have to know. So this is called from this to this. This is called SElinux context, that is also known as label. Suppose if I want to purchase a phone, so first you should have to know which company you want to purchase. Suppose I want to purchase a phone, Samsung and iPhone and other. So if that phone has a label, then you can understand which type of company you have to purchase the phone. So by using the label, we can understand this phone is Samsung, this phone is iPhone, this phone is other company. So that is also recognized by the label. So this is the thing, in which particular location this particular file and what is the label of this particular file. So if we place any application in different location, so we can understand with the help of this particular label.
सर आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है.
Okay. Now it's clear.
Yes sir, now it is clear.
So See, from this completed, I repeat this whole thing again. See, if I create a file in this particular location, see here again this, and one file also, that is file 2. If I create two files in slash location, and I will create a file in different location also, that is TMP. See, and this is also from this location. Then again, see, I just create a folder in slash location. That is slash. I create a folder in TMP location. Then see the difference. What are the labels these have? ls-ld. Then see this. Then type here -z to check. What is the label? That is default _t. This is the label. And if I want to check this in TMP location, then see the thing. -z. So this has different label. This has different label, this particular file, this particular folder. So in every location, the label will be applied automatically. That label is known as SElinux context. So not only for this rule applied for the file, for the folder, this rule will be applicable for all your process also, all your program also, all the port also. Anything will obtain a label. That label is known as context. Context means just a name. This is a name. If we have this name, then this policy can be applied by all users. It means all users have the access, full access in which particular location? In this particular location. And this SElinux context or target will be applied on this particular location. So now see this whole thing. So read this line, only just this particular line. Then tell me what is the meaning of this. See, I will tell you. SElinux, it means it's called Security Analysts Linux. So it's an additional level of system security. What is the primary goal of this particular security? That is used to protect the user data from system services that has been compromised. Mostly the administrators are familiar with the standard user level. I know about the user level permission that can be applied by this particular command, chmod command. That is chmod command. We can also have the different permission that is called set FACL. It means about the access control list. So these are the different permissions. chmod is different, ACL is also different. But if we know about the SElinux, so these chmod, ACL, that is known as discretionary access control. These permissions known as discretionary access control list, or this is called DAC. But when we talk about the SElinux, this is called mandatory access control. It means these are the things that have to be mandatory, that is applied automatically. So this is called additional layer of security that can be applied on any object, or these are the group of a set of rules. So these are the sophisticated rules that is predefined, or these are created by the software developer. So what is the recommendations rules that have to be applied by default in that particular application so the security can be applied? So SElinux, this is the default. If we want to change some rules, so we can also change. See, if we have the document root of the Apache server, of the web server, so this is the location where we store all the HTML database. If we provide the full permission on this particular directory, then anyone can access the whole thing, but not. We have also a different security that is known as SElinux Security. If we store a database in any location and we have provided the full permission, that is not the concept we have provided the full permission. If we have the SElinux permission, then we are able to access that particular database. So this is a location, this is the default location. If we store the database, HTML database, then any user can access that particular web page. If we place that particular web page in a different location and we provide the full permission, then anyone cannot access that particular database, because the SElinux will not allow that particular data. That I will show you by using some practical also. So SElinux it's a set of rules that can be applied file also, directory also, port also, and process also. Whole thing will be covered by the SElinux. So when we apply the SElinux on file, process, directory, port, so that is called just label. What is label? Label is called SElinux context. And what is context? Context is nothing, just a name that is predefined. We have a phone that is Samsung, that is iPhone. So these are the names. We all have the phones, but all particular phone have a different label. So we can understand this is costly, this is not costly. It means, so we can understand what types of permissions you have by default on any file, folder, port, and process. So these are the names that should be applied. If we have that particular label, then we are able to access that particular file. If we have different label, then we cannot access. If we want to provide the SElinux permission, so we should have the name of that particular label, then we are able to access that file, directory, ports. So these are the things that have to be determined. If we want to apply any policy, so we should have the knowledge about the context names. So what is context? Just a name that is defined by the SElinux policies to determine whether the process can access a file, folder, and ports. So what is label? SElinux label. These are the several contexts. It means the first one is called user. Second one is called role. The third one is called type. The last one is called sensitivity. So this is U for user, R for role. That is called _T. That is called type. Type means it's just known as the targeted. And this is called the sensitivity. And this is my file. This is my web page information. If we want to access this particular file by using the web browser, so we are able to access. If we place this particular file in a different location and we provide the full permission, then we cannot access that particular file by using the web browser. So this is called type context. So every web server have this particular type of label, then we are able to access that particular file, process, directory, anything. So type context for the file and directory is normally found in this particular. So all the web pages database are stored in this particular location. So this is the default root, default location. And what is the context of this particular? if we change the context of this particular thing, then we are not able to access any particular file from any location. And same thing that is applied for the other servers, just MariaDB, FTP, Samba, NFS, and all of these things have the different SElinux context. If I talk about the MariaDB, what is the context label? That is called MariaDB. This is for the process and this is for the database. So this is the database and this is the context. So this is the location, and by using this particular Z concept, Z option, we can display or we can list what are the contexts we have on this particular directory. So these are the processes that we can use one by one. So see. Just give me only 1 minute. See, what is the use of this particular command? Have you knowledge about this? Hello? Hello?
Sir, HTTPD underscore T.
Only this particular, only this one.
Sir, PS is for the process that
Yes.
which process is running.
Okay. If I want to check in my system the HTTP is running or not, then what I will do? We can use this particular. I want to check a process, that any process information we can gain by using this particular command. Suppose by default, see one thing. At this time there is a process in my desktop. I have any process in my desktop? No. At this time there is no process running in my desktop. If I run a process, that process known as this. So what is open in my desktop? Tell me, which particular process is open in my system? What is the name of the process?
Sir, the terminal is opened. Means
Terminal. In terminal, which process will work? What is the process that work by using this particular terminal? What is the name of that particular process?
TTY.
PT?
Y.
That is TTY or PTS?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, which process is working? The first process, that is known as PTS. And on this particular PTS, we have a process name. That process is called bash program. So this program is working on my machine. And what is the SElinux context of this particular process? See, so that is called unconfined. When we applied a label that is called unconfined, means anyone can access this particular process, this particular program. If I applied this concept, only this particular label on any file, any folder, any port, then we are able to access that particular thing. It means it can be a file, folder, process, port, anything. So by default, some process have different types of label. So this is a command that can be used by any user. That can be a regular user and that can be a super user. So the label is unconfined. See here, and this is the sensitivity from this to this, only this one. This is called sensitivity. It means just a security, different types of security. See, if I want to check the label of any other process, suppose there is any process running in my system just like httpd I see, but that is not working. If I use here just a for all, x means executable, and all the process I want to search. See, if I want to check the process, so we can use this command, this for to check all the process that is executable, and this is the last one that is called SElinux. So by this we can check what is the label of this particular process. So I want to check the label of any process, so we can apply this one. So see, we have a command that is ps, and what is the label of this particular bash program I want to check. Then I have applied this one. So this particular program, that bash program has what type of label? That is called unconfined, U for user, unconfined, R for role, unconfined, this is called type, underscore T means just type. And what is the label name? The label of this particular process, that is called unconfined. Unconfined means anyone can access this particular process. It means anyone can run this particular command, we can say that. So this can be applied, this particular program can be accessed by any user. The user can be a regular user, and the user can be a other user. It means root user and any. And if I want to check there is any service regarding to the Apache, HTTP, DNS, SSH, any other, we want to check this. Suppose we want to check the SSH service, SSHD. We want to check. So we use the grep command here. So I applied AUX. So the service name is SSHT. What is the label of this? So this is called system. It means system. This is called label, role, and this is called type. So at this time, what we have? This particular type. It means if I remove this U concept, it will show a lot of things. If I want to check STTPD, this one, see, what is the label here? You can see this is the label. X means executable process. X means all the executable process that if I want to check the process, what are the process that running in my machine? So we can use X. Just only if I use only just X, it can also display all these things. See here, X means this is the executable process. So I want to check this particular process. This process is running on my machine or not. So see, by using this command, we can also sys system ctl status. Then this is the process name, service. So this is the process, see here. But at this time, this process is disabled and that is inactive. If I start this particular service, then what is the result? See, if I will start this particular service, okay, /etc conf in conf std.conf. This is the location. If I store any particular file in this particular location, then it has a different SElinux context. I will show this one also. I want to start this one, but I am unable to start this. Firewall -cmd -list all. This is enabled by default on my machine. Okay, no issue. I will see this later. So what is the reason of this fail to this particular protocol, that is Apache? This is the process name Q. But I want to check just the information related to this one. So this process is running. So see here, but we have some error in this. There's no issue. But I want to check this process is running in your system or not. So you can check this. This process is running or not. And I will check the other thing also. Then I will discuss the whole. So this is the command. By using this particular command, we can check. Suppose if I want to check the label in this particular directory, what is the label of this particular? First, we have to know what are the labels that is applied by default and any particular directory in different that available in different locations. So I want to check the label of LD, this particular home directory. What is the label of this one? So use here Z, then C. So what is the label of this one? So that is home underscore root underscore this. This means this is the root user home directory. If I want to check about the in this, that is about any other user, see here. What is the label? Here, that is home. It means this is the home directory of all users that have the full permission. But see here, this is a different label. This is called user underscore home underscore dir underscore t. So every location had its own label. That label is called SElinux context. SElinux label. Context we call this, that is also known as label. And how many modes are there? So there are 3 modes of SElinux. So SElinux subsystem provides tools to display change mode. To determine the current SElinux mode, we can use this particular command. To set SElinux to a different mode, we can use this particular command. So we have 2 commands. By using these 2 commands, we can apply or we can get the information related to the current mode. What is the current mode at this time we have? So we use get enforce. So see, what is my current mode? This one. We have also a different command that is called SE status. See this. So the current mode is this. So that is called current mode. This is also called current mode. And what is the configuration in my configuration file? Because for every process, every service, there is a file that is called configuration file. So this is the setting that appear in my file. Then I want to change this, my current status, not the from the configuration file, only just runtime. Then we can use set enforce. This is the question that come in exam. How to change the SElinux context? Sorry, SElinux mode, not context, SElinux mode. Context, that is a different question. There are 2 questions come in this particular SElinux topic that come in exam also, RedHat exam. Set enforce, if I applied here 0, 0 means just permissive. What is the meaning of this one? Permissive. If I applied here 1, it means that is enforcing. So these 2 concepts that can be applied. If I applied here, then again check this. So see, what is the current mode? So this is my current mode. So if I applied here 0, 0 means indicate the permissive. If I applied again 1, see, so 1 means enforcing. So we can on my SElinux mode, we can change my SElinux mode, but that is only changed in the runtime. It means if I restart my machine, then this will again goes to enforcing. So see by using this command. In my see, if I applied here 0, then again see, this is my current mode. If I do anything that can be accessed, if I want to access my web server that is not accessed because of the SElinux, so just do this permissive, then use all services. It will show some warning, just not restrict yourself. Suppose in my LAN, if I disable the firewall, then we can able to ping, we can able to do any types of activities that can be occur in my network. So how to change this permissive? So just see this. But if I want to change this in a configuration file, then how I can do this? So this, the configuration file of this particular is C, that is etc, and in etc we have a SElinux. In this SElinux we have a file that is called config. So this is the configuration file of SElinux. So when we change this permissive in this particular file, then this will appear just permissive. See, so we have three modes. The first one is enforcing, the second one is permissive, and the third one is disabled. So this is the mode and this is the targeted. So these two concepts we have. By default, this particular mode is active. That is called targeted. If I want to use this particular mode, just type here minimal. So this mode will be active. This policy can work. If I want to use this in a MLS, it's called multi-level security protection. That can also work. But at this time, we want to change this only. Then how I will change this? Just go this particular line, press I, remove this one, and just select this one, then paste here. Just permissive, PERMISSIVE. The spelling will be correct. If there is any mistake in the spelling, this particular policy cannot work. Then save this, then see by using this particular command again. So at this time, we have the current mode that is also permissive, and from the configuration that is also permissive mode. So by using these two commands, get enforce, we can check the information, set enforce, we can change the SElinux mode, this one. So these concepts will complete how to change your current mode, how to change the mode from the configuration file. So this exam, this question will come in exam. So just that is permissive. So do this just enforcing. That is the question of the exam. Come like this, and you should change this by using only just for the exam this one. And if you want to change this by using the configuration file, do remove this one, then change this in enforcing. So all the exam you can do by using the SElinux, that is called enforcing mode. In enforcing mode, all exam will complete. So see here, this one also, that is permissive mode. By using this particular command, you can check that is permissive, that is current mode, this is the, so this mode, these modes come in exam. So you should have to change this as a enforcing. So this is the question, and this is the command. By this particular command, we can change the mode, this one. So we can use this command also. If I forget that is 0 and 1, just type enforcing, then check again this. So see this particular command again. So if we type permissive, that will be a permissive. See. So these all commands you can use. So this is the command to check the status, that is permissive, again permissive. If I want to change this, again enforcing by using the configuration file also. So do this just enforcing, this one. So this is the whole thing that I have told you. Then this particular mode concept will complete. So there is any doubt regarding how to change the SElinux mode? This one. That is your current mode, and by using the configuration file mode. Any doubt regarding this? So these are the commands that you can use.
Sir,
Yes.
just that set and force. First we write set and force, then we write get and force.
Set and force is a command to apply, or that is used to change your current mode. What is
Okay.
this is just temporary. Current means that is only on the runtime. If I want, so see here, this is the command SE status. I want to check what is the current mode. See, at this time, what is the current mode?
Enforcing.
So all of the things will work in a enforcing mode. But I want to do one task. I want to access my web server, but I am not able to access my web server due to the SElinux security. But I want to access. Then what I will do? Just change your current mode for that particular time. So I can use this one. Set this 0. Then you are able to access that particular web page. Then your task will work. Then again do this. So check, that is permissive. Then now you are able, in the current situation, my OS policy will work in which particular mode? Permissive mode. But
Permissive.
after the restarting, that can automatically work in a enforcing mode. If I restart my machine, just see here, reboot. Restart my machine. See here, what is the current mode? That is permissive. If I restart my machine, that automatically goes to enforcing.
It means
Change
enforcing.
your current mode.
Means-
Only just current mode. You can use set enforce.
It is for a limited time.
Get the information that you can use get enforce. So these two commands. Then see here. What is the password? See, what is the current mode?
Enforcing.
Enforcing. Because this is the temporary command. For a temporary reason, you want to change your current mode, not for the permanently. If you want to change your mode permanently, goes to the location, this location, and change your mode. So we have two things. The first one is for the temporary, it means on the runtime, and the second one is on the boot time. On the boot time, we want to enable this, just change in this particular configuration file. So how many commands we have discussed? The first one is this command to change. The second one is get enforce,
Get
this
enforce.
one to check your mode. And this is the third command to change runtime and the configuration. And this is the last one that is related to the configuration file, this thing. So there is any doubt regarding this one, this one, this one, and this one? Any doubt? Rahul?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Then I will move to the next one. So that is controlling SElinux context. It means how to change this particular context. Suppose, see here, where www.html. I want to check what is the default label of this particular location, this particular folder. See, sorry, -z. See this one. What is the label? So that is httpd _sys content _t. This is the label that is default applied on this particular location. See, if I want to check this in this location, see this one, the same thing, the same label. If I remove this one, then check the label. See, because this is a different folder and this is a different location. In this location, if I create a folder, any folder in www location, any folder that can have the same thing, this one. If I create any folder in where location, this label will automatically apply. So these are the predefined label. In SElinux language, it's called SElinux context, or it's called label. So these two things, these are. This name is known as label. This name is known as context. So see, read these two lines. Then tell me what is the meaning of this. Rahul, it's for you. Tell me, what is the meaning of these lines?
Sir, sir, the first is that, should I tell the entire one or the first and the second one only?
हाँ बिल्कुल कोई नहीं ठीक हाँ yes tell me then Gitu, what is the meaning of these ones, these whole ones that you have read from this to this, only this one? See, I will tell you. On system running SElinux, all processes on all files are labeled. It means if I just create one thing and I just this one, then what is this?
It's a door, sir.
This is a symbol just like a for denote the computer. If I put just same things and just I create this particular symbol, then what is the indication of difference this one and this one? Just for this is hanging something.
It is something as a right hand side is some handle is there.
Yes, this is just indicate the handle. This is a different label. This has the different label. So these are the label. What is the meaning of this one? See here. What is this? This is a symbol. By this symbol indicate this is symbol of which particular company?
RedHat.
RedHat company, and which create this particular Linux operating system. It means if we know, we see this particular cap, it means this is the symbol of which particular company? That is RedHat. That is only the RedHat company. If we see the different symbol, it means that indicate what is the symbol of this one. See here. That is not a symbol of RedHat company. This is the symbol of Microsoft. And what, see this one? What is the symbol of, what is the meaning of this one? Tell me.
Sir, this is a edge for internet.
Yes, this is of the Microsoft also. So by using the label, we can identify what is the company. Same thing happened here. What is the meaning? See, by using the label, we can identify what types of security we have and what types of access we have. The label represents the security relevant information. By using the label, we can understand what types of security, what types of access we have. That is defined by the SElinux context. If I create a new file in my machine, if I create a new file, if I install any OS, any application, if I enable any port also, So typically inherit by SElinux context. If we have the folder that is called my parent folder, if I create any folder in that particular parent folder, these types of label automatically provided by due to the inheritance. So we have the label, that type of label. See, if I create a file C TOUCH, then in this look goes to this location. See, index.index1.html, and what is the label of this? Check ls-ldz. See, what is the label of this? That will automatically, because this particular parent directory will automatically provide what type of label? This one. So what is the meaning of this one? Parent directory.
So, sir, one question is there that when we check any label of in SElinux, we have to check the T1.
Ask the question again.
Like the label is http://sys_content_t.
Yes.
The label, whichever it is written after _t, it shows it represents the label.
Yes, this indicate the label. If I want to change this, I can also change that. I told you how to change this, but this is the default label.
Okay.
This is the predefined label that will automatically implement by using which particular directory? Parent directory.
Parent directory.
So this is the meaning. If we create any file in any location, it means any location that indicate the parent directory. So by using the parent directory, we obtain the label because of the inheritance. If your name is SK Sharma, so this label will automatically apply on the child also. So the child name is SV Sharma. So this label automatically applied because this created in this particular parent directory. So if we create any file in the parent directory, that label will automatically applied on the child also. If there is another child, that is a SK Dhama, then the child name is VK Dhama. So this is the label, this one, that is also known as surname. Here we call this surname. But in Linux word, it's called SElinux context, SElinux label. That will applicable. If we create a file folder in this location, then this particular person, this particular label have the permission to access these whole thing that come in this particular home. If there's it has 10 rupees, 100 rupees, it has 200 rupees, automatically obtain these rupees because this belong to this particular home, this belong to this particular home. So these have access to for this one, this have access to this one. So this is the behavior. We come in this location, then these types of access we have. If we have this particular, then these types of access we have. So it means what types of access we obtain. It's depend on in which location you create that particular file, that particular folder. First, if you create a file in different location from the ultimate intended location and then move the file, suppose if I copy any file, if I move any file, the location, it means SElinux context also work according to the location. If I copy a file that is at this time, this is a file, this is in a temp location. If I move this file in this where www html, then if I copy this particular file by using this particular command, what types of context now after the copying? By using this. So by using this, it will automatically obtain this particular context. See this one. This context will be automatically applied if I copy. See, if I move any particular file, then context also will move. If this has context underscore tmp, then also have this one. Then if I relabel this, then this change to this one. If I relabel again, then it will change. So it depends on the location, what types of label. So see here, if I move a file, the file still has the SElinux context of the directory. It was created, not the destination directory. It means by default, if I move any file, the label will be applied, that is the original label, not according to the destination. If I copy any file, the label according to the destination. I will say this practically, then you can understand this in a better way. So see here, just give me 1 minute only, just 1 minute. See, in this location, what types of file goes to desktop. Then see, if I create a file, the file name is index.html, index1.html and index2.html. We create two files. See, there is a location html. We have a file also here. Remove this particular file first. From this, if there is any file, remove this one. Now see, there is any file in this location at this time? There is no file. See here, no file appear. But in my system, we have two files. The first one is this one, the second one is this one. And what is the label of this? Check ls-ld z. First check this label. See, this is the label, that is admin underscore home underscore t. That is created automatically. I am not created this. This is predefined. Then check the second one also. Both have the same because this location is the same. This is the location. See the difference. If I copy this one, the first one, this one, in this location where www.html, this will move, and do one more thing, that is mb, then change the name here, this one, then go to the location /where www.html, Then C difference, LL hyphen Z in a capital C. What is the location of this one? Sorry, what is the context of this particular file? See the difference. This one. We applied one command, that is this command, and the another is this command. See the difference. If I copy any file, the label of the SElinux will automatically applied according to the destination. So according to the destination, this label will automatically apply. I am not applying this one. This is automatically applied. But see, if I move same file, that is also in the same location, but see, what is the label? So this is the difference of CP command and MB command. CP command will apply the SElinux according to the destination, but MB command will move the whole thing, all properties that is applicable or the original. So this is the original label. It means we can understand from this particular, from which location this file will be moved. So this file is copied, this file will be moved. But if I apply a relabeling concept, so we have a command that is called restore con. If I want to restore this thing from which particular location? This particular location. So this is the command. See the result. Then again do restore con. Okay. Give the index2.html. See. Then see difference. When I have applied the restore con command, restore con means this will restore all the things. It means according to the original location, original folder, the label will be applied automatically. So what is the label of this one? The label of this one is httpd _sys _content, this one. So this command is used to relabel the context automatically. So see, if I restore this one, then automatically change. But if I move that particular file, what is the label that will be applied? So see, if I create a file by using this particular and then check what is the label of this one. So at this time we have no. So this is the location. See again this particular command. What is the label of this one? So this is the label at this time of this particular index.html file. This particular file. Then check again. What is the label of this particular folder? What is the label of this particular folder? That is this. So these are the commands to check the labels. Then see, what is the command? That is this one. By using -z default the directory, so we can check the context of any particular file and directory also. So this is the command to check this one, and this is the label that is applied on this. So see, this is the node. So this is the location. In this location, the same label, see here, is present the directory. The directory is this one. So this is the directory. The directory has a different label. Create file outside this particular the directory and note the context. See, this is the command. Check here. So this has a different label. If I create the same command here, so we have two commands, file1, file2. See the label. This is the command to check all the label. So see, what is the label at this time? So this is the label of this same label. See here. same label at this time we have. Then copy this one. See, this whole thing that I've also completed. That is CP command, that is MB command. Then check the label again. What is the label at this time? C, this one. Then check again this one. So at this time, this label automatically applied because I perform CP command here. And what is the label of this one? C here. Because at this time, which command will be applied? MB command. If I want to relabel this one, then see, if I applied a restore count command, then it will automatically restore. So these are the things that will be applied automatically. Move file maintains its original label, while copy file inherit the label according to the destination. So this one. So this is the concept of the copy command, and this is the concept of the MB command. Then I will move to the next thing, how to change this one. So if I want to change SElinux context, this one, then how I can change this? So we have a command, the command name is this one. This is the command, chcon. And we have also a different command, that is, what is the other command? chcon. Okay, not that is not in this particular. So that is SElinux. So these two commands, this is for the permanent solution and this is for the temporary solution. If I want to change the label on a temporary basis, so we can use this command. If I want to change the label permanently, then we can use SEmanage command. So these two commands can be used. So read this one first, then I will discuss about the other thing. See, this is the one. This is the command. This one. And this is also to restore the thing. So these two commands are used to change the SElinux context of any file, of any port, any service, anything you can change. So commands to change SElinux context on file by using this one, this command, and by using the restore con we can restore the things, and cscon for the temporary basis. So these three commands I will discuss practically. See. Predefined method to set SElinux context for a file to declare the default labeling for a file using the SElinux file context command. This is the command. So we can change the context of any file. So these two commands can be used. See here. If I create a directory /same, see, if I create a directory, the directory name is, and I want to check the label, then see, what is the label at this time? Default _ T. And I want to implement a different label, different SElinux context. Then which command is used? So we can use, this is my command, same. And I want to change this label because I have saved here the web pages. And I want these all web pages can be accessed by my service. That service is HTTPD. So I want to change my label. So we want to apply this particular label. Then you can use this particular command. See, This is the command. By using this command, we can change the label, and we want to check this. So see here. So this one. So we can change. So this root, these are the users. Then see, I want to change this. So what is the command? chcon, change context. I want to apply the label. The label is httpd underscore. This is predefined. Sys underscore content underscore t. Then what is the file and what is the folder where you want to apply this one? So this is my directory name, this is my label, this is the syntax, and this is my command. But it changed the temporary. If I relabel whole thing, then this label will be applied. Then see here, change. Then see again. Then what is the current label of this one? So that is httpd. It means if I store all the web pages in this location, these web pages can be accessed by using the web browser also. So we have to change the label. If I change this, then SElinux will allow whole thing that contain in this particular directory. So that can be allowed by the HTTP service also. So this is the thing how to change. See again, if I restore the label by using which particular command? Restore con. This one, -r for recursively. V in a verbose mode, and I want to see this. See here, what is the current label? This is the current label. Then when it restored this particular label, then this is the present label. Now we have which label? Now it will be changed. So this is just for the temporary purpose. If I do a thing that is just for only one time access, then we can use this command. So this command is better for if I want to the things as a temporary basis. If anyone will apply this particular command, then the label will be changed. If I do this thing permanently, then I will again apply this command, then the permanent label will work. Not this label again and again. So this is the temporary solution. If I want to relabel this by using this particular command, then see the difference. So these are the options that we can use. So these, and this is the command. So first check, how to check what is the label of that particular process. So see, we have a command se manage that is used to change, then do 2 times tab. So we can use boolean export, but now what is our topic? That is only this. So that is file context, and I want to apply the context. So that is called file context, but I don't know. So I want to list the thing related to SSH. So grep here. So it will show the all label related to the SSH, but I want to change the label of HTTPD. Then see this whole thing related to the HTTP. Not only one, we have different labels. See HTTP underscore where underscore run underscore t, and we have lot of things. HTTP underscore sys underscore read write context content. So this is also a different, and see one more. See, these are the predefined labels. Sys read content. So these labels. Check these things and then apply. the ones. So this one, I want to apply this content. Just copy this thing, then apply. How to apply? We have command A for add. Add means I want to apply this one. So I want to apply this by using which particular command? A command. A for add, this one. T for type, and this is the content. SElinux context. C. T for type. And what is the label that I have copied? And C. Use single quote, then place this thing. This is slash virtual. In virtual, if I create any file, any folder, this label will automatically applied. So do this particular thing. See here, this whole thing will be applied. This is a predefined script. If I want to apply this whole thing automatically, so it will inherit all these labels from the parent directory. This means this one. So that is called that. If I create anything in this particular directory, this is my parent directory. If I create any child directory here, the label should be this for the files, for the directories, and anything. Then do this, then check again. If I create a file again in this particular directory virtual, and my file, my web page is index.html. If I create a web page in this location and I want to access this particular web page from by using the web browser, then this has this type of permission, then this particular web page can be accessed by using the web browser from any system. See, then check what is the label of this ls-lz. See here. So at this time, what is the label? That is default. So after applying this particular command, you should have to restore the things, because I have applied this permanently. When we apply the restore command, then this will be applicable. So see, again this, not this one, remove this and apply a command, that is restore code -r for recursively, V4 in a verbose mode. Then see, what is the current label? That is, this is the current, but this is the present. It means I have changed this, that is default. See, for which particular file? See here, this is my file. This is the label, old label, and this is the current label. So this will be applied by using restore con is a command. So first apply this command. After this, you should have do this one also. Then the label will be applicable. If I change this again, there is no impact because this is the permanent. So this cannot change again and again. Only one time you should have to run this command after applying this one. So this is the permanent solution. So we have two concepts. The first one is chcon, change the context. The second one is asynchronous. And this is the command that I used to relabel. So these three commands that I have discussed with you. If any doubt regarding this and this, you can ask. Then in the next session, I will discuss about the booleans. We have one more concept that is called booleans. It's a 30-minute session, rest that I will complete in the next session. Only just 30-minute session. Okay. So any doubt regarding the SElinux context, how to change the SElinux context? So this is the command SEmanage, and there's one more command that is called chcon, and this is for to restore the things. So any doubt, Rahul?
No, sir. But sir, just want to know, sir. It is for only. It is for security.
Okay. Just give me 1 minute only. Just give me 1 minute.